Hi, and welcome to the Breakthrough Emotional Eating podcast. My name is Kristen Jones, and thank you so much for joining me today. I am going to talk today. I want to speak directly to members in my Facebook group. So if you are listening to this podcast and you're like, Facebook group, what? You have a Facebook group? Oh, yes, I do. The Facebook group is called Breakthrough Emotional Eating, and same name as the podcast. And it's www.facebook.com/groups/food breakthrough. And I posted a post on Monday. It was Monday or Sunday? It was Monday. And my post asked, what is one thing that you can do this week to improve your life? And y'all, I had some answers that were, you would need like 5 lifetimes to get through what people put down as their goal for the week. I mean, I was really shocked by how grandiose and large people went with just, I asked for one thing that you could work on this week. And I got like, overhaul my eating. That's a big deal. Overhaul your eating. Like, I don't even know what that is, but overhaul your eating is a big deal. Give up carbs and sweets. That's a big deal. That's not just I'm going to do this week. So I feel like there's a couple things. I feel like one, I want to clarify what we need to look at when it comes to setting a goal for a week or a short-term goal. But the bigger issue and the bigger thing that I want to make people aware of is that by looking at something and setting a almost completely unrealistic goal for yourself, or having expectations that are so incredibly high for yourself, it's my belief that that is the sneakiest and most effective form of self-sabotage that we have. That I think that when we do it to ourselves, I do it to myself. I think it was really helpful for me to see other people doing it and coming from a place of being a little bit more removed, that I was like, oh my gosh, I do that too. Like I expect the same things from myself, that I had these really, these huge high expectations, and setting a goal, or setting, and again, just like a goal for a week, I have something like five or 10 things I need to do. Well, that's setting me up for failure. And setting yourself up for failure is pretty much self-sabotage in general. And so I just really, today's podcast it's not going to be very long, but I really just want to make people aware of how often are you setting expectations for yourself that are so, frankly, ridiculous, and that there is absolutely no way that you could meet and reach those expectations or those goals. And what I want to invite you to do is look at why. Why do you think you're doing that? Why do you think you are possibly setting yourself up for failure by setting a completely unrealistic goal for yourself? Okay. So that's the deeper work. So I will give you an example. It is not uncommon for me to have clients that I work with want to lose anywhere up to, basically clients want to lose weight every day, and multiple amounts of weight every day. And when we go in with that type of expectation, we are always inevitably going to be disappointed. When we go in and we think we should lose 6 pounds in a week, or there's 7 days in a week, I should lose 7 pounds. When you think that, that is a thought that is, now, could it happen? Sure, it could. I don't know how healthy it would be, but it could. But that becomes the expectation, and that becomes, in your world, your norm. You are absolutely setting yourself up to always be disappointed. And I'm not talking about setting the bar really low. So, like, I'm just gonna have the bar really low, and then I feel really good when I make that goal. There's something to be said, though, about having a happy medium between the bar being set too low and the bar being set so high with no chance of reaching it, that we just upset ourselves, and then inevitably either we quit and we give up, or we completely implode and we sabotage ourselves all over the place. So I don't really have the answer, because there isn't a quote unquote answer for this, but I will tell you that what I want everyone to look at and what I want everyone to think about is, one, what is a goal that you have? And it could be, again, and I like to address short-term goals. What is a goal? What is something that you're trying to work on? And are you expecting yourself to be perfect? And anything less than perfect is going to be viewed as a failure. And then that will lead to quitting. That will lead to just giving up. How often are you doing that? And it's probably not just in the area of weight loss. But this is really more of a podcast that's going to be more about introspection and asking you to really start to look at, what are the things, how are you getting in your own way and preventing yourself from being successful because of how you are setting yourself up to go about working towards whatever it is that you're working towards. And then the next question is, why are you doing that? What's the reasoning behind it? What's the benefit? What are you getting out of it? And people will always be like, well, I would never get anything out of being, a failing at something. We've talked about this before. When you actually reach a goal, man, people start to expect things from you. People start to expect that you're actually that you are gonna actually, that goal is never going to be lost, that you're always going to be able to be successful, and that now there's an expectation you actually show up, and that's a high. That's something that a lot of people are not very comfortable with. So really looking at what is, and again, there is no answer for this. There is no like, this is what you have to do. It's more of just like, I need to think about this, because if you're not moving in the direction that you want to be moving in with your goals, and whatever those goals are, they could be very short-term goals, they could be longer-term goals. My question would be for you is, how realistic are your expectations of yourself? Are you setting yourself up to not be able to reach that goal? And the question behind that is why? Why, and what is the benefit what is the benefits? There is a benefit, some benefit. What is the benefit to why that is happening? Why you think you're doing that? So if this and I have not been able to even look at the comments, so I'm going to do that in a second. But if you haven't already commented, I would love to, if you feel, if what I have just said makes you feel like, oh my God, I'm busted. Oops, that's me. If you think this applies to you, and that you are setting yourself up for circumstances that are never, ever going to work out for you, because you've just set the bar so high for yourself, and you basically are sabotaging yourself. This is a roundabout way of sabotage. If you think that's you, all I need you to write in the comments is me. Just write the word me in the comments. And then I will know that maybe I have touched a nerve. I just felt like for me, when I was looking at the responses, and if you go back and you look at some of the responses that I gave, I kind of went to people and be like, could we pick something a little smaller? Could we be something a little bit more narrowed in that might be a little bit more specific, so you're not trying to do 50 gazillion things all at one time? Because again, we need to give ourselves an opportunity to be successful. And that's the key. That's really important. And when we are setting ourselves up for failure, no bueno. That is not good. All right. Let me I'm going to backtrack a little bit here and see what my comments are coming at. Oh, I have so many fun people here. All right. Yes, all or nothing thinking. Oh, we are hearing the all or nothing. Hello, Tammy Franklin. Hi, Beth Amy. Yeah, all or nothing. That is that. And it's one of those things where we have to start to recognize that the all or nothing, like life is not all or nothing. I mean, we would all be in bad shape if everything was all or nothing, because none of us would keep our jobs. I mean, you'd never have an opportunity. You'd never be given an opportunity to ever make a mistake, to ever be able to rectify situations maybe that weren't working out. And absolutely, Debbie, I think that I think you might, consciously, not consciously, subconsciously, absolutely. That I don't think it's something that we're at a conscious level of like, oh, I think I'm doing this, or I think I should be doing this. It's just awareness. It's just awareness. So really, all I really want for all of you today is just to become a little bit more aware of when I'm doing that, when I'm looking at something that I want to work on. Am I setting myself up? Am I just going too far and having, making the expectations so unrealistic? And if I'm doing that, why am I doing that? Why am I trying to set myself up? What is it that I'm afraid of? What it might mean if I actually reach that goal? That's the part that we need to get to. Is because the only way, this is something I talked about a couple podcasts ago. So talked about the subconscious mind, the conscious mind and the subconscious mind, and how our subconscious really dominates and rules everything. And so if we have a fear that we might not have at a conscious level, but it's at a subconscious level, that's the subconscious is going to definitely do what it needs to do to protect you. And if it's fearful that you achieving something is going to hurt you in the long run, it will absolutely not let that happen. And so part of, there's things that we can do to move past once we discovered it, but we have to have recognition that we're actually doing it, that there's actually an issue and there's something that needs to be addressed. So again, asking yourself the question, am I setting myself up for failure by setting expectations entirely too high for myself? When it comes to reaching a goal, whether it be a short-term or long-term, I would look at short terms initially first. Am I setting myself up? Are my goals unrealistic? Am I trying to change 5 things at one time because I'm so uncomfortable and I just want to get to wherever it is because somehow achieving the goal is going to make me feel better? We have to recognize, are we doing that to ourselves? And if we are, what's the benefit? What is the benefit that we're getting out of it? And maybe we don't even know what the benefit, because the benefit may be at a subconscious level. Then we have to start looking at, okay, so what might I be afraid of? Why would I not want to reach this goal, whatever this goal is? It could have to do with weight loss. It could not have to do with weight loss. This is universal. This just is about you being a human being. So today is mostly just having you ask yourself some questions and kind of be introspective. And again, the best way to be introspective, get a piece of paper out, just start writing. Just start writing what's on your mind, writing your thoughts, getting them down on paper. There's something going on, write it out. all the thoughts, put them down on paper. Don't edit them. Don't censor them. Just whatever you are thinking, get those things down and then start examining them and looking at them and realizing that a lot of them are probably just stories that your brain is telling you. So again, really, but looking at those, looking at your thoughts, looking at why the whys behind everything are the most important things. So if we can dig in and get to those whys of why we're doing things, what is it we're doing that's not moving our life in the direction that we want it to be, you will be so much farther ahead than most people walking around the planet. So, and that's what I want for you. So again, introspection, look, examine, why do I think I'm doing this? Let's stop that self-sabotage. All right, y'all? That it doesn't serve anybody. Doesn't serve anybody. All right. I'm sorry. We have questions. We have a question. Hold on. Yes, the subconscious is, yes, it is like the primal brain. Yeah. That's where you can kind of think about that. Yeah. They're kind of, I mean, yes, it's a very good question, Billy. And that's kind of the way I've always interpreted it, as the subconscious is that those automatic responses. And that would be very similar to what your primal brain's doing. Okay. I'm autopilot all the time. And the next thing I know, I've zoned out and everything in the house. Tammy, that's a great comment. And I think it's just about, in every moment, trying to be as present as you can, wherever you are, with whatever you're thinking, be as present and in the moment as you can be, and make sure that you are setting yourself, you're present. You're making sure that you are where you need to be and you're aware of what's going on. That the autopilot is easy to fall into. So just make sure that you are present and making sure that you're, again, knowing what you're doing, thinking about it. And again, we do a lot of things at a subconscious level, but we have to know that might be happening and become aware of it. All right. Awesome. That's great, Carol. All right. Y'all, thank you so much for joining me for this quick little podcast. And appreciate y'all being here. If you are listening on the podcast and you're not a member of the group, come on over into the group. If you are a member of the group, thank you so much for being here. If you're not listening to this live and you're not live in the group, and I appreciate y'all being live in the group. But if you're not, thank you for being in the group. Thank you for participating, for adding to people's lives, for supporting each other, and just being who you are. All right. I will see you all next week. Thank you so much for joining me, and take care, everybody. Bye.